Hello, my name is Joshua, and together with my group members Dixit, George, and Nirajan, we will be going through a brief introduction of what Lansweeper is, and then we'll do a live demo to actually show you some of the things we're going through in this PowerPoint presentation. Lansweeper is a centralized asset management tool used for asset discovery, inventory, and analytics. Lansweeper serves over 20,000 customers in over 130 countries, with over 70 million assets discovered. Lansweeper makes it simple to manage multiple hardware and software assets in one place. Keeping track of inventory and hardware, software, and users wherever they are can be a difficult task for an IT professional to keep track of. Having a tool that will keep all of this information in one unified place makes life a lot easier for any IT professional. Lansweeper can discover many assets from hardware and software to virtual and cloud. Some examples are Windows, Linux, and Mac systems, as well as network devices like routers, switches, and firewalls. Lansweeper can also discover a multitude of hardware, ranging anywhere from Raspberry Pis to full-on servers and all peripherals in between, like printers, USB devices, so much, I can't even list them all. A really good feature of Lansweeper is that it has agentless network discovery, which allows it to discover assets on your local network without having to install any sort of software on that device for asset managing. So, say you have multiple computers in your local network, you wouldn't have to go onto each one and install an agent for Lansweeper on your main device to discover any new installed hardware, software, or anything that the computer has been added or added to the computer. Lansweeper just automatically picks it up if it's part of your Active Directory, which is a really neat tool to have. A big part and job for any IT professional is creating an inventory of all devices and knowing who is using those devices. Lansweeper can build an accurate inventory through a network scan. It can get information of software and license audits on all devices in your network. It also gets a complete overview of users in your IT infrastructure, including local users, Active Directory users, and assets that they are related to. One of the most time-consuming tasks for any IT professional is keeping track of all your devices and who is using them. It's not easy when you have a spreadsheet filled with manually entered data, which gets out of date as soon as a new asset arrives in your infrastructure. Automating this process takes a lot of pressure off the IT professional and gives time for different tasks. So we talked about agentless network discovery, which is an amazing tool offered by Lansweeper for local devices, but for devices that have to leave your local network, say like a laptop, a phone, or even a tablet, Lansweeper offers a solution to keep track of those assets as well. LS Agent is a small, lightweight application that gathers data locally from a device and sends it back to your main Lansweeper installation. This is done either through a direct push or through Lansweeper's hosted relay servers. When using the relay servers, LS Agent uploads your scanned data to the relay server, where it is safely stored until your main Lansweeper installation needs to access it. LS Agent is intended for devices that are leaving your local network, have limited network availability, or are behind a difficult firewall. This allows the network administrator to continue to monitor assets even when they leave your network. While virtual machines have seen a huge adoption in the IT world, they complicate asset management by having, let's say, multiple virtual machines on a single physical machine. On the other hand, virtual machines may be present but shut down or suspended, meaning they're not communicating with the rest of the network. Lansweeper can identify virtual machine hosting servers and list virtualizations or virtualized software present on the physical server. Compatible virtual servers include VMware, ESXi, XenServer, and Microsoft Hyper-V. With the inclusion of both public and hybrid cloud environments, asset management may seem like something handled by the cloud provider. However, with Lansweeper, we can locate all assets in a cloud environment by being able to use the cloud provider's APIs. Some examples of compatible cloud environments include Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. Lansweeper has enabled its users to visualize and analyze all gathered data by using intuitive IT dashboards and widgets. This allows a network administrator to use a combination of dashboards and reports to gain insights into our IT environment. There are many different ways to organize your scanned data into useful and relevant categories. There are over 400 ready-made network reports to choose from, or you can build a custom report. Lansweeper offers multiple reports for security, Windows, software, hardware, and users. Within these categories, there are many other options to gain specifics in, let's say, security for new devices found, or any device without antivirus, or with out of date antivirus. This is an amazing tool to have at your fingertips. So, this concludes our intro into Lansweeper and some of its uses. Now I'm going to toss it over to my group members, Dixit and George, who will be going through a live demo of some of the things we've touched on in this presentation, as well as some other things that we haven't talked about yet.
The first screen you will be presented with is the dashboard. Lansweeper can manage your company's assets by being able to inventory all your devices connected to your network. Network and system admins can go through each device and view a report on that device. When a new device connects to your network, Asset Radar, a feature within Lansweeper, will scan and identify the device. This will enable a thorough coverage of your IT networks and infrastructure. One of the best reasons I use Asset Radar is that it will give you alerts the moment a new device hits your network. Lansweeper is a cross-platform scanner and needs no software to be installed on any device, which is a plus. On the dashboard page, we will see the different information you're presented with. The Windows domain overview in the top left will show you the different domains your devices are connected to. At the bottom left, you can see the asset group overview. This will give you the information about the assets in a specific group. On the right side, you will see the last time assets have been connected to the network, as well as the last users that logged onto a specific system. The alert report is the best part of the dashboard. You can see errors in some of the devices by the red color circle, and the green circle tells you that everything is working fine. Next, we will go to the scanning options. There are two major scans that we can use on an infrastructure. One scan you can do is scanning targets, which will identify all devices on the network using the IP of 10.0.0.1 to 10.0.0.150. The second scan is the performance scan, which will track every device real-time hardware usage. In this demo, we will use the target scan to look at our enterprise system. We will scan our network IP range of 10.0.0.1 to 10.0.0.150 to see what devices are currently connected. There's another good scan we can use that can scan every device on a specific domain. Our domain, newitworlds.com, has been scanned already. Once the scan has started, you can go over to the scan queue to check and see what the scan is currently going on. On the left side, you can see the IPs Lansweeper is scanning. And on the right, you can see the Windows machines it's picked up and scanned. On this, you see we have Exchange, SQL, and SharePoint, and all the IPs on the left side between that range. Next, we will take a look at the Asset tab. In the Asset tab, you will see all the devices and information Lansweeper has returned from the scan we just performed. Under the Asset tab, you can see the assets have automatically been categorized into location, network device, and Windows. You can see the systems that are in blue are currently live and on the network. The systems that are red are old, outdated assets that were removed from the network. On the left side of the screen, you can see the different options you can perform on assets, like pinging the device. You can wake on LAN, which is turning on the specific device over the network. And you can even export the scanned information via Excel, CSV, or XML file format. Now we're going to dive into a little bit of the scan data. Here we will click on the ADDS system to see what information Lansweeper has gathered about it. On the summary screen, you can see all the information about the system. It provides a lot of useful information, such as last users that logged into the system, the operating system that is running on the device, the operating system build, the domain the device is registered with, and all the hardware info. If we click on the software tab, you can see the scan gets all the software that is installed on the device and lists the version, the publisher, and install date of that software. You can also take a look at if the device have antivirus installed and up to date, and you can also see the license that the device has under it. This is a really great feature to keep all your devices up to date and licensed. Under the Performance tab, we can see the real-time hardware numbers to see if there are any hardware is having issues or the device is using too much of its resources. If you look at the basic options on the left side, you can perform even more functions on a device, like trace route the device, you can SSH into the device, telnet, you can RDP into the device, basically anything you need to manage a device from this web GUI. Now we're going to go under the Reports tab. If you see under the Reports tab, you can view all reports that have been generated. There are hundreds of reports the scan generated. We will be looking at the Active Directory enable/disabled users and can see all the users that have been added and taken off the device. This concludes our demonstration of Lansweeper. Thank you and have a great day.